And you say, take that pain and reframe it. How do we do that?
I'll give you an example from recently, even in my own life. Just a couple months ago, my mom passed away, and I was with her at her bedside in the hospital when she died. And about 15 minutes after she passed, she was still lying there in the hospital room. Me and a few of my family members are there. And in walks a hospital employee with a tray of food for her for lunch. And they were like, lunch for Miss Debbie. And in the
Oh,
moment, I was not thinking this was very funny, In the moment, I was shocked and like, it's not a good time, and they left.
angry.
Yeah, I was upset. And then later I was processing this with my sister and talking about, I can't believe they don't have a protocol for this. What is going on? But as we were processing it, then we start looking at it as, okay, well, if this dramatic scene from my life weren't the scene in a drama, but let's say it were the scene in a comedy, how could this have been reframed? What would the main character have done or said to add a little levity to that situation? And so playing that what I could have said game, the guy walks in with a tray of food, like, we got lunch for Debbie. It's like, you know what? She heard it was meatloaf again and decided she'd rather not. Hey, the hospital said if the food's not here before she passes, it's free. Whatever it is, but by reframing that moment with a little levity, I can let go of that anger and not hang on to this grievance for possibly the rest of my life and be upset about it. And I can look back at that moment for what it was, which was like an absurd, quirky thing that happened that honestly my mom would have thought was hysterical.
I love that. I do. I always joke with my mom. I'm like, if you die, I'll kill you. That's what I always say to her because I'm like, like that's my only way to deal with the impending fear I have.
Psychologists have found that when we look back at painful moments in our lives or stressful moments in our lives, and we can reframe them using humor, we actually get a huge decrease in the negative emotions associated with that event and increase our overall positive emotions. And it really boosts our resilience.